If you happen to be in a relationship with a toxic or narcissistic person and you've figured out that this person is abusive, that their behaviour is abusive, you may think that confronting them about this abusive behaviour might be a productive thing to do, that perhaps, they'll recognise what they're doing and they'll stop, they'll make changes. Things like that, things that a normal, healthy individual may actually do. The difference with a narcissist is that they'll rarely make the sorts of changes that you need in order to improve any sort of relationship that you're having with one of these people. So I wanted to just mention some of the many ways in which narcissists can respond or react to you if you call them out on their abusive behaviour, just to show you the broad range of things that they can do and say, so you can be prepared, and so you can also see just how futile it is, this sort of an endeavour, calling them out on abuse. So a classic response is for a narcissistic person to flat out deny it. Whatever it is they've done, whatever it is that you've caught them out doing, whatever bad behaviour it is that's really bleedingly obvious, they'll deny that it's bad behaviour, they'll deny that it's abusive, they'll deny that they've done it. A really classic tactic for a narcissistic person is to project any bad behaviour of theirs back onto you. And in doing so, they reverse the position of victim and offender. So they will actually claim that you are the abuser. You're the one that did something wrong and they are the victim of your bad behaviour, which is a form of gaslighting and absolutely crazy making, and it can bait you into all sorts of outlandish arguments with them, trying to prove to them that no, indeed they are the abuser. So don't get caught up in those sorts of things. If you have a history of previous trauma, or if you've been in another abusive relationship or a toxic relationship, they may blame your perception that they're abusive on your previous trauma. So they'll blame it on your history, or on a previous partner, or a parent, or an ex-boss who was a bully, or whatever. They'll blame it on you, effectively, because they won't take responsibility, and they'll say that you're just being triggered, you're just being re-traumatized. It's not them. You're being oversensitive. Another thing that they love to do is to accuse you of not being able to simply let it go and move on. You're this person who constantly brings up the problems over and over and over again, and you have a real issue with that, and you just can't move on. You can't just let it go and, enjoy their company and enjoy the happy times and all the great things about them and the relationship. If they really don't want to lose you, if they don't have alternative supply, or, if they haven't got what they want to get out of you yet, they want to keep you hanging around, what they'll do is they'll issue you with a fake apology. Narcissists don't do anything authentic, so there's no such thing as an authentic apology from a narcissist. And don't believe anyone who says that narcissists can't and won't apologise. Oh, they absolutely will, if, that will manipulate you into staying with them. So don't fall for that. Any apology from a narcissistic, abusive person is a fake apology. Hand in hand with that is they might even go so far as to promise to change their behaviour. Will you see those changes happen? No, but don't wait around waiting for that to not eventuate. Just don't believe it in the first place. Now, if a narcissist is particularly desperate to keep you around, if they don't have any other good supply on the cards, or anyone on the shelf that they can pull back in when you leave them, they might even admit that the behaviour is indeed abusive, in a sort of desperate attempt to come across as really self-aware and really responsible and really accountable. The problem again is what happens after this, which is they might admit they're abusive, they might apologise, they might promise to make changes, but they won't do any of those things. None of these things will materialise or eventuate. And the real tragedy of this is that you then end up waiting around for a really long time, trying to see these changes play out. You give them, a second chance, you give them a third chance, you go on and on and on. And you might even bring the topic up again with them and say, hey, there was this time when I raised your abusive behaviour with you, and you said that you were going to change X, Y, Z, and you haven't. Can you please try to do that? And you're wasting a lot of your time and a lot of your life dealing with people like this if they don't demonstrate that they're serious, that their words are backed up with actions. So these are some of the things that I've personally had happen to me when I've confronted abusive or toxic people about their abusive or toxic behaviour. They're classic tactics, depending on what stage you're at in the relationship and how desperate they are to keep you hanging around or not. They might try one tactic or another or multiple of them, but they're things to watch out for. The best course of action is, once you figure out somebody is abusive, is to extricate yourself from any sort of a relationship with them safely. I hope this helps. Take care. Bye for now.